Good afternoon. Now, if we're being honest, most of us despise parking curbside, as it involves the dreaded maneuver known as parallel parking. How many times have you parallel parked in an urban environment to run in to do an errand, to go to see the doctor, to get a new pair of shoes, what have you? You come back to the car and find not only various dents and dings on your automobile, but your left side mirror completely sheared off without even a post-it note from the offending motorist giving their name or phone number so that insurance information can be exchanged. Parking is difficult in an urban environment, and there are few options beside the curb if you're going to go downtown and park. This is a dilemma, a situation, if you will, that faces all of us when we go downtown. Damage to our cars and the stress of finding a parking place can make a trip to the city center a real hassle. Using the latest findings from the NTSB, the EPA, the ITPD, and various research papers from the University of California at Riverside, this brief speech will examine curbside parking and what viable options there are to alleviate this aggravating and damaging situation. So it's clear that damage happens to our cars when we park curbside. The potential not only for damage to your car, but for bodily harm is a hazard to all of us. According to the NTSB, curbside parking increases the chances of our automobile being damaged 20% compared to parking in a designated parking structure. Furthermore, exiting our car while parking curbside increases our chances of being struck by another car by 30%. Parking curbside with these numbers is a dangerous game, leading to damage to both person and property. With curbside parking being the accepted norm, and yet proving to be not only dangerous to our person but to our automobile, it is urgent to find a new path forward from this proven hazardous routine. The solution to curbside parking is not difficult or inconvenient for the motorist. While changing habits and learning new routines can test our patience, the small changes I am proposing shall decrease damage to your car and prevent you from being injured by oncoming traffic. The first point is to park in a parking garage. Cars parked in a parking structure are 30% less likely to suffer damage from other automobiles than those cars parked curbside. Parking garages costs per hour are routinely 20% cheaper than plugging the meter curbside. The chances of being struck by a passing motorist decrease 40% when parking in a garage rather than parking curbside. Parking in a parking garage thus accomplishes two important tasks. One, the damage to your car becomes significantly less. Two, injury to your person is reduced by parking in a garage that is specifically designed for parking. It is true that a parking garage may be further away from your destination than a curbside spot. Yet with such a huge increase in safety for you and your automobile, the distance spent walking to your location can be clearly visualized. Plus, any increase in daily physical activity reduces stress, increases circulation, and lowers the risk of heart attack and stroke. Our reliance on curbside parking rests heavily upon our collective interest in convenience. This convenience, while admittedly appealing, I know it's appealing for myself, is hurting our health, our property, and our physical body. Curbside parking epitomizes American urban centers' interest in convenience before health and safety. If you can, visualize reducing harm to your property and body by adding a few extra minutes to your trip by parking in a garage and not by the side of the curb. While learning a new routine is never completely without inconvenience, The benefits to parking in a garage rather than parking curbside far outweigh the slight learning curve that awaits us. Begin this process slowly. Ease yourself into finding a parking garage near your desired location and begin to see the damage to your vehicle dramatically decrease, your personal safety increase, and the brief physical exercise you will receive from walking to your location directly positively affecting your health and well-being. The automobile has become synonymous with American culture at large. Sadly, where and how these cars are parked has had a real adverse impact on our health and well-being. By simply and slowly changing where we park, the safety benefits far outweigh the slight inconvenience of learning to not park curbside.